Hey everyone, how you doing today? This is the first video in our Math 104 Intermediate Algebra series. And we'll begin with section 1.5, Formulas, Models, and Geometry. So, to begin, we should really probably define what a formula is. We probably have some sense of it already. We've probably seen some formulas, but let's do that. So, to begin, a formula is an equation that uses letters to represent a relationship between two or more quantities. So, most importantly, it's an equation, it uses letters, and it relates two or more quantities. So, why don't we look at some examples of some formulas, and then we'll use those formulas to solve for some kind of quantity that we're interested in. So let's say that, I have this coffee cup here. Why don't we do something with a circle? So all right, I've got a rough circle here. So now, what characterizes a circle is that all of the points on the circle are the same distance from the center, and that distance is called the radius. So the radius of the circle is the distance from the center to any point on the circle, and then the diameter is any segment that crosses through the center and from one end of the circle to the other. So for example, this entire thing right here that includes, here I'll highlight it with the different color just to be a little bit more clear here. In red, this whole thing in red is the diameter, whereas the radius is just half of it. It's just the part from here to there. All right. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, a formula for the area of a circle is A equals pi times the radius squared. Another nice formula for circles is that the circumference of a circle is pi times the diameter, or in other words, since the diameter is just twice the radius, we'll replace the diameter with twice the radius and get pi times 2 times r, or usually written 2 pi r. So this is all for a circle. So these are some formulas for a circle. We have an equation, we have the equal sign, and it's representing a relationship between two quantities. This formula relates the area to the radius, and this formula relates the circumference to the diameter, or the radius, right? So those are two nice important formulas we'll use throughout the course, probably at some point or another. A next common example would be, say, a triangle. Let's say we have a triangle looking like this, and say we know its height, and let's say we know its base. Then the area of this triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. So notice this is a formula that relates three variables, or three quantities. We have the area, we have the base, and we have the height. Awesome. Next, why don't we look at, so this is a triangle. Why don't we look at the formula for the area of a rectangle? So the area of a rectangle is, we have our length and we have our width, and the area is given by the length times the width. Sorry, I was off the screen there for a moment. And also we have that the perimeter is twice the length plus twice the width. Another way of writing this, we can factor out a 2 out of both of these expressions. So another way of writing this is 2 times L plus W. Awesome. So this is for rectangles, and we have an area formula, and we have a perimeter formula. The perimeter is how much distance you travel as you go along the outside. And you can think of the circumference as like the perimeter of this circle. So anyway, I think that's it for this video, but in the next video what we'll do is we'll look at some more formulas and we'll actually solve them. So for example, we could solve this area formula for W. We could get W by itself in this formula fairly easily, and in the next video will be devoted to solving formulas and then using those solved formulas in some applications. So yeah, that's it for this one, and we'll see you in the next video.